I know the DJ.
Do you?
You gotta 90s baby, stand up. You're coming back because I'm blowing in it. Pause. I take my craft serious.
Get the hell out of here. I don't owe you shit.
Welcome to episode 62 of But I Know the DJ, the original New England podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of folks. SNAX!
Give me snacks, baby!
Jesus, that's loud as fuck. AKA SNAX, Keyboard, and DJ's Fingers, and Cammy V.
DJ Cammy V.
Powered by
go,
Dope
baby.
Entertainment, sponsored by Zip Run, the fastest cannabis delivery service in Boston. And man, what a couple weeks it's been. Guys, how are we doing? How's everyone doing?
How's everyone doing?
Good, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
In the, celebratory vibe, energy of St. Patty's Day coming up this weekend.
Oh, man, we got to get our livers ready.
We do have Jameson shots in hand, so I think we might as well just do it now as we start the show.
J-Mo's and Trulies or High Noons?
High noons.
Let's fucking do it.
Cheers.
Love being from Boston.
Yeah! Ship it off, baby.
Luck of the Irish.
No chaser.
You want to split this?
Not really.
It's all you, brother.
It's all you,
What?
buddy.
Good.
I'm good.
Come on!
Just fucking take it. Oh, yeah. No face, no face. Don't make a face, don't make a face, don't make a face. Look at the Irish, look at the Irish. Oh, God. How's everyone's week? How's everyone been?
What a way to start the show.
Everyone's fucking good. I mean, after the last podcast, man, let me tell you about the drama.
The drama with the show, or?
After the podcast, we all go our own ways and shit.
Yeah, after recording.
After recording the pod.
Right.
I walk out to a flat fucking tire.
Bro, I was upset because I walked out after you, saw you, and you didn't say anything.
I was just so mad. Like, I was pissed
But
off.
let me help you.
Because, I had AAA, so.
Yeah, but you didn't. They don't show up for fucking ever. What time? They show
Well,
up?
the thing is, the fucking chick put the wrong number down, so they try to call me. They trying to do it outside.
Oh, no.
So they canceled on me, and I didn't know. I'm like, why did it take us so long?
God.
So I called back. I'm like, what number do you have on file? Dude, they mixed up the last three numbers, and I told 3 times, like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, the guy was there trying to looking for you.
Oh my!
An hour
God.
ago.
And you're in the parking lot. Oh.
An hour ago. I left out of here at 2 a.m.
Fuck.
Whatever. So, whatever. I'll let you guys go, whatever. And it was a great pod, so I was like, amped.
Yeah, we had a great
amazing.
The last show was awesome.
I'm sitting there, and then I hear some commotion, like, back here, right? And I hear a familiar voice screaming. This is like a screech. It's not even like a. It's not like
Can you replicate it?
It must have been like a.
Yo!
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was a. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I turn around and I see our a producer Phil running back and forth from his car, like pacing to his car, running back to like Ada was parked on the other side, and I hear Ada, and then I hear him, and then I hear EJ running to his car. Then I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I see like Ado flashing his lights at his car, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm still pissed off, so I'm like, whatever.
And you're just watching this.
I'm just watching this whole thing, and then to find out, I guess there was an owl on Phil's car when he walked outside. Like, dude, like, you're the fucking chosen one, dude.
Yo,
you need to report to Hogwarts right away.
you had Hedwig you had Hedwig in the parking lot.
This dude screamed, but I guess the owl is as big as his book bag.
You're a wizard, Phil.
Hey, remember, the wand chooses you, bro. I think the wand chose you. It's either that or you got beef with OVO. It's one or the other.
Not Hedwig pulling up to the parking lot,
Dude.
You're running up on Phil.
Running up on Phil. Like, Phil got to. That's all I heard was a screeching scream. That's all I heard.
Are you afraid of birds?
Bro, that shit was huge. That's it. That's all that's scary.
And I guess it like.
Was
Are owls
it
that big?
was it flying at you, or what was it doing?
This bro is
Oh, it's that
Oh,
is scary.
shit.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
scary. That's
scary.
scary. Oh,
There's an attack
he
mode.
was peacocking you. He was right when you spread the wings and you try and like assert dominance, right?
Yeah, he's like, bitch, what's up? Yo, what's the word?
Yo.
That was definitely OVO then.
Oh, he was like, "This is my car."
That's my bitch.
Yo,
He's marking his territory, bro. What do you
mine
drive?
yo.
Oh man.
So you don't fuck with animals generally. You just eat animals. I feel you.
Well, you
Yeah, bro,
you have a secret too.
Yo. So we were talking about this earlier, and I was like, "Yo, Phil, stop being a bitch." But then low key, I'm like, I'm actually not really afraid. Like, you know, if there's bugs, if Shorty like sees a bug, cockroach, or a rat or something, I'm like, I can handle it.
Stomp that shit out.
Yeah, I have no issues with bugs. Rodents kind of freak me out just because they're like squirmy and shit.
They're
But like,
gross.
When it quick, you don't want to jump
but
at
I
you.
won't like run away from it. Except ferrets. Ferrets are fucking weird. But you know what animal like I really don't fuck with? Ostriches. And this is why, bro. Because you have to think about it. So we're talking about this owl that's like you said the size of his backpack. Ostriches, I looked it up earlier. 9 feet. 9 feet tall.
Jesus H.
9 feet tall, right?
That's how big. That's as big as they get.
That's how big they can get. 9 feet tall. Imagine a 9-foot bird. Imagine that fucking owl. 9 feet tall.
That's like Nate Robinson
Running
on
at you,
top of Yao
pecking at your
Ming.
Yeah. Yeah. And so everyone Google an ostrich right now. They're so fucking ugly. They're so ugly. They're like naked birds.
Yeah,
like their head. Like
they're like weird looking birds.
And so they're 9 feet tall, and they got that like look on their face. So they're just fucking creepy. So they're creepy. They can run 70 kilometers per hour. That's around like 30 miles per hour.
Well, you ran the
That's actually pretty
marathon.
wild.
How much do you run?
Bro, so the human, like I think Kipchoge, who's like the goat of marathoning, he runs. I think his top speed is like 22 or something. It's like, which is nuts. Like he can outrun like a car. Like his pace is like nuts. But that's the one
Elite.
of the That's what like one of the best marathoners in the world.
Yeah.
I might have that number wrong too. I might be thinking of Bolt. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Like it's like top. Basically, human top speed is like low 20s.
Tyreek Hill's probably up there too.
Yeah. I'm not elite. Like I think I could probably like I think my marathon pace was like probably like I don't know like 12 miles an hour or something like that. I don't know, nothing crazy. And 30 miles an hour. So imagine you like get toe to toe with an ostrich. Yeah. Imagine you get toe to toe with an ostrich, and a 9-foot bird is chasing, like running after you, like not flying, running after you,
bro.
like high stepping, 30 miles an hour.
Yo,
You know how scary that is? And then once they get you, what are they like? I don't know what the fuck
They're pecking
do.
at you.
They're pecking at somebody.
But my question is like when is an ostrich gonna run up on you?
Bro.
Like, that's what I want to know. Like do you fall into an exhibit at the Franklin Park Zoo? Like what?
I feel like most people are like afraid of like sharks and shit. When have you been toe to toe with a shark? No,
Yeah,
but
man.
you're still scared of it.
The ocean's different though.
The ocean is very different. But like I don't know, think of fucking lions, tigers.
We gotta take
Bears.
we gotta take a field trip to the fucking zoo.
No, dude,
and
I
he
don't
has
fuck
to
with
go
that.
toe to toe with a
No, 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 no,
motherfucking
no.
ostrich.
Bro, I would rather be in a cage with like an alligator than an ostrich.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
listen,
Not
somebody,
because alligators are like they're tameable. I mean, they're tameable,
But they're also
scary.
very fast.
No, they're fast. And they're
you just
like
gotta run in zigzag.
Yeah, no, I did hear
well,
that. Yeah.
well, that, but like also like because of their anatomy, like if you are able to get your arms around the mouth and clamp them the way that because they can only open their top part.
Yeah.
It's not like us where we have like full muscles in our jaws. Where like I can fight you if you.
Bro,
do
you're gonna
whatever.
turn into Steve Irwin and
Bro, I am straddling. That's now.
But the ostrich,
Like a fat girl on a Saturday night, I'm straddling it and I'm hugging it as hard as I can. I'm going fucking that. I'm fucking
he's
the alligator. up.
He's fucking the alligator.
But
right now.
what's the cheat code on an ostrich? You don't know.
You gotta jump on his back.
No,
You gotta jump. Ride that bitch.
I'm also afraid of heights. I'm
You
not
gotta-
going 9 feet in the air.
you
Yo,
gotta,
listen,
you gotta swing on it or
somebody
something.
out there, please edit a video of somebody getting chased by an ostrich and put his head on that person. Please, somebody do that shit. Production, can we make that happen, please?
That's literally my nightmare.
Yo,
Literally my fucking nightmare. But you know what also made this week kind of tough for me. It was a great content week. Shout out everybody who stays tapped in with us.
yeah, yep.
It was tough, man. Obviously, I had this crazy take, which this show's full of crazy takes.
Matter of fact, hold on. Can you pull the take up?
I'm gonna get absolutely eviscerated by old people rap fans. I think Nas is one of the most overrated rappers of all time, and this is why. His peak is his first album, is his debut album that came out when 30 years ago.
I was gonna say like,
And he hasn't topped it since. And, you know, when we post these clips on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, obviously always out of context. It's very, you know, some of the biggest issues we have with like the producers and is trying to like make them short enough,
You
but
don't get
give
the
them
full
context
story.
and
it's a 30-second snapshot of an hour-long podcast,
Right.
essentially. So I get it.
and there's good things and bad things about that, right? And I think the good thing was that was some of the biggest and best engagement we've gotten on any of our clips. You know what I mean? And it was quick, and it was a short one. It was like
Yeah.
a 20-second clip.
Yeah.
But also a lot of it was completely taken out of context. And so for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I had last week we were reviewing the Billboard Top 100 Rappers lists, and Nas was at number 3. And I said, with a full explanation and also redeeming the fact that he is very talented, that he, you know, has been in the game a long time. But I just said, you know, him being consistently within ranked in the top 3 position, I thought he was more of a top 10 guy for me. I said that it seems to be he's consistently overrated for me. And I gave a quick explanation and, you know, got absolutely destroyed online.
Obliterated.
I got obliterated online on multiple platforms. And,
all platforms.
And
Didn't matter.
I just try, like, with this shit, like, I try not to pay attention to comments.
And I was instigating it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
great.
On Instagram, we instigate a lot because we know that gives engagement, and that was the first platform where it dropped on. So like, I was kind of like excited to like get shit going, and it worked. Like we got tons of
Dude, it's great.
comments from people that we don't know, and that, you know, were
All
from
across
all
the
over the
country.
country.
Yep.
That didn't necessarily listen to our show before, but I'm sure like tried to tap in with it after, like, you know, and that's the whole point of it, right? But damn, they said like a lot of hurtful shit, man. and
They attacked man's hair, bro.
Yo, so hold on. I'll get to the specifics in a second. But like, to me, like, I get, you know, I try,
Terrible.
I just like stopped looking at the comments at a certain point, and I was just like, there's no point, you know what I mean? It's already out in the universe. All I know is we're getting tons of engagement, and the viewership is going up. It's doing what it's supposed to do, and that makes me happy. Fingers, obviously being Fingers, was like, yo, SNAX, they're kind of coming for you right now. And I'm like, God, what are they saying? And he starts sending me like screenshots. And, you know, obviously they're, you know, like, all like, there was shit like, you know, oh, this is what happens when you give like a nobody a podcast. And I was like, I created this fucking podcast too.
YouTube was YouTubing.
Yeah. And then another one I saw that was like, oh, you know, this is what happens when a dude with no credibility talks about hip hop. I was like, yo, that's kind of funny because I have a 10-year career as a DJ, and a pretty good one and a respected one, where like I get paid to have my opinion on music to get to play out and affect people. I think that's pretty good credibility. Where there's this random dude like from his like grandma's house just commenting. Yeah. You know, so I was like, I think I have more credibility than you. That was another one. One that hurt a lot was so let me give context for this. Before that show, I took a nap and I didn't brush my hair after, so like my hair was like looking all crazy. And mind you, I'm wearing pretty short hair right now, but and admittedly, in that episode, like I had like just the way, because I didn't brush my hair out, my hair was like there was like bald spots basically, just because the way my hair was falling. And so one dude, do you have the exact comment?
Yeah, I got it.
Say the comment. Say the exact comment.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was like, oh
yeah,
my
this one I was like,
God.
damn, that's fucked up.
Well,
Yeah, do you have it?
Even I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm pulling
damn.
it up right now.
I was like, damn, I should have given him a brush that day.
Right?
Bald patches on your young head looks crazy. Talking about old people. Nas says young fans, bro. Remember, you started this old versus young talk.
Yo, I saw that. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Guys, come on.
As you can see,
man.
I'm not balding.
He's
Like,
not.
No, not at all.
I don't have like
No.
one of the things that keep me like I don't think I'm the best looking guy, but I have a great hairline,
Great hair.
and a full head of hair.
Amen to that.
So that's wrong.
The
and
best, my favorite one.
Yeah,
This is one of my favorite ones. This one got 14 likes on YouTube.
fuck.
This is the kind of guy to have Trippie Redd and Lil Yachty in his top five.
I like that one.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
Which is funny because I
That's
don't
funny.
really like either of those. Are like, you know, and I
yeah.
get what they were saying. There was another one that was like,
I think he was
oh,
being funny.
there's this one that was like, oh, like these kids talking about hip hop. I was like, I'm almost 30. Like, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? So again, that's why I don't pay too much attention
Okay,
to comments.
but on the
'cause-
serious side,
yeah.
did you misspeak?
No, so again, it wasn't really
Just that.
It
just
wasn't.
those
It was just
like,
out of context. So
Yeah.
if you listen to the rest of the show,
Yeah.
I say, you know, I just think superstardom to me plays a role in it. I think he makes good quality music. He's been making good quality music. I never said he was bad. I never said he was whack. I never said any of that. All I said he was overrated. What does overrated mean? He's constantly be putting top 3. I think he's top 10. To me, that's overrated. Yeah. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And
I don't disagree with your take at all, to be honest.
And what's crazy is people were in the comments saying, oh, like Jay-Z number 1. Like, I don't really like Jay-Z. Like, I don't think he should be there, but I think Nas is this. I'm like, you're saying what I'm saying just about Jay-Z, and no one's saying anything. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's because they don't have a podcast.
Just because they don't have a platform.
Yeah.
There was dudes who were like, I think Jay-Z's overrated, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
I think
saying exactly what I'm saying.
I think
just about Jay-Z.
seeing that, like knowing how big of an impact and how much he changed hip hop, and then seeing you compare him to his first album in that clip is what triggered a lot of people.
Yeah. Like, again, the full reasoning wasn't there. And also later I say, I think a lot of it has to do with his personality. I don't think he cares for superstardom. I don't think he wants to be in the spotlight, which again, that affects a lot of things. You know what I mean? And and again, I said I completely gave that credit, XYZ, but obviously that wasn't included.
Even I said that between him and Kanye, I'm like, what is we don't know the criteria of what they're basing these lists off of. So if it's based on lyricism, he's up there high.
Correct,
if it's
but the list wasn't top 100 lyricists. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That would have been complete. It's rappers. And so let's use Kanye as the example. We all thought Kanye should have been higher. Why? Because of impact.
Rapper, you would, because a rapper is a lyricist. Wait. I'm just honing it in so everyone can understand like the different terms. So rapper meaning you're talking about impact. You're talking about career. You're talking about things outside of that. You're talking about as a whole, not just lyricism. You know what I'm saying? So that's where people.
It's a piece of the pie.
So that's where people. I feel like that's where people like don't know what.
I think it's like the square to rectangle thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably gonna butcher this, but like, so a rectangle, a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't a square.
Correct.
Right. So I think, the rapper is the square, but the rectangle is the lyricist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you start saying square, like now it's like it has to include certain things, right? Yeah. So that's how I look at it. But I just thought it was funny. Again, you get a platform, and that's what we do this, right? Yeah. That's why we do the clips. Yeah. Again, shout out our producers for doing an amazing job with them. And it was just funny, man. And then I thought it was funny with you, Fingers, though. I do want to say something to you, and I saved this for the show.
I love it.
When we were doing it, like in the recording, you were really fucking quiet. You didn't say shit. When I said
you didn't really fight it that much. I'm not gonna lie.
We put it onto social media. All of a sudden, Fingers is the biggest Nas fan to walk on earth. And I remember reading the comments. I'm like, where the fuck was this energy during the show?
Do you have a Nas beat there loaded already? Can you just play it while I explain something real quick? While we see, you have to understand something, bro. There's levels to this content shit. There's sitting levels. Here. No, wait, hold on. There's levels to this content shit. I'm sitting here, and he's saying some triggering fucking shit. He even said it himself. I'm gonna get dragged. He knew. Yeah. Right when he said that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him cook. And right when he said overrated Nas, and I said, I'm gonna stay quiet.
Nah,
listen,
that's not how the fuck.
No, listen. I even said it in one of the comments. I said, I'm staying quiet. I'm letting them cook. I let you cook for a fucking reason. I know this was gonna fucking happen, and I know his ass is gonna get fucking chewed alive.
All of a sudden,
I know his ass is gonna get chewed alive.
All of a sudden, everyone's disagreeing. Man, Fingers like, yeah, I'm gonna go with all.
What do you mean? I defended Nas in the pod. Go back and listen. I defended Nas in the pod. Go back and listen.
On Facebook,
fuck all that shit.
Instagram.
Nah, fuck all that shit. I fucking defended Nas on the pod.
You was
when
real
you said
quiet.
That, I said Nas's last 3 albums are fucking amazing. He just won a fucking Grammy, and you kept saying, no.
I remember.
That's what you kept saying.
So what's interesting is I revisited all of his new music while all this was happening, and I was just like, I just want to listen to it. And it's all great music. He's been amazing.
Fire.
And I was saying this to you off air. Distant Relatives, which came out when I was in high school, was one of my favorite albums growing up. He's been putting out his music. I don't think he's bad at all. He's in my top 10. I just think he's a fucking overrated. That's it. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. I just thought it was interesting. The energy you brought was very, very interesting to me. And what's funny is when I was going through his music on Spotify. You know how it usually, if you like when you go on an artist page and it'll show like their most recent shit or like what's popping right now, it goes. It goes. I forgot what's the fucking category, but it's basically like
Popular.
popular or trending music. You know what the number one was? 1994's Illmatic.
Illmatic,
Which
of
basically
course.
proves exactly what the fuck I'm saying.
It doesn't mean it's. No, it does not. It doesn't mean that.
You go to any artist Spotify page. Everybody, put your favorite artist Spotify page right now. They're usually their most recent shit is their trending shit. His trending shit is, what did I say? His peak at the first album he came out with.
Did he win a Grammy for Illmatic?
That's not what I'm fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? It has nothing to do with anything.
It doesn't matter if it's trending or not. He's still fucking. It's still a fucking great album, and that's just you can't compete with the number one. Arguably one of the number one albums in hip hop. Period.
You're just screaming things that the comments were saying that have nothing to do with what I'm saying right now. What I'm saying is exactly what I said the first time. Doubling down on what I'm saying. What I said the first time was, if you go on his page right now and it goes to trending music that they have, it's Illmatic.
So what? What's your point?
I was literally going to say it, and then you just interrupted me. Do you want me to say it?
Go ahead. What's your point?
The point is his best work and the shit that's going to live the longest, and that's because it is, as you said, one of the greatest albums of all time, is the fact that it's an album 30 years ago. So if all of his latest albums were as popular and as good as you said they won Grammys, I'm sure, and they're great, and I revisit them, they're great. They're not even ranking on his own artist page. So what does that tell you?
What is that? What is that telling you? What is
Still his most trending and best work was the album 30 years ago.
One of the best, arguably the best albums of all fucking time of hip hop.
I agreed with you already.
But you're not saying it. You're fishing for a conclusion that you're not even saying. It doesn't matter. There's no weight to that. What are you saying? It's fucking Nas Illmatic.
All I'm saying is when I revisited,
that has nothing to do with him being overrated. That has nothing to do with him not ranking high on a list.
All I'm saying is when I revisited the album, that's something that I noticed. That's all I'm saying, and I'm saying, and I'm saying it completely aligned with what I was saying, and that's why I'm bringing it up. That's all I'm saying. I already said my point, and I'm not moving from my point. You just saw, oh my god, this is what popular kids are saying on Instagram. Oh my god, I'm gonna start saying.
No, that's not.
Because when we first said it, you didn't say shit.
You must have amnesia. Gladly, it's fucking recorded. Go back and listen to the fucking podcast. I went and I said all this shit. I just let you keep fucking talking because I know what the fuck was gonna happen. And it fucking happened. You knew what the fuck was going to happen, too.
I knew it was going to happen.
All right, then. Shit.
Great content, as always.
We still went viral.
Fuck, I need Henny now.
Yeah, take that shot, buddy. All right. Moving on to the next segment, we have...
Nas is one of the best of all fucking time. Well, he ain't talking shit. Why is he talking shit? Nas is one of the best of all time.
What are you
he's
talking
still
about?
saying he's overrated. I don't understand this shit.
I'm not going to change. I'm not like you. I don't change my.
I guess that's a person. No, wait.
Once one shit hits social media.
Wait. Don't get into that because I'll get into that detail by detail.
I really don't.
Let's move on.
Cammy V, thank you so much. Take it away.
You guys ever see iRobot with Will Smith?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie.
Good.
Coming out with a part 2.
Because the fucking robots are taking over the world right now.
It's fucking crazy.
Dude, you want to talk about scared of owls and ostriches? Scared of robots is up there.
Robots is definitely up there for me. Like especially in Boston with those the robot dogs.
Because the MIT shit or whatever.
Where do we start?
Yeah, that shit's crazy. But
where do we start?
Specifically, robots are taking over the world of music right now. There's been a lot of videos coming out online recently of artists and producers utilizing AI technology to help create songs from scratch or even create vocals of major artists to put in their song. One major artist in the pop EDM world who came out and said AI is the future of music is David Guetta.
David Guetta.
He recently produced a song and used 2 different AI websites to create lyrics and add vocals in the style of Eminem to put over it. Cue it up.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting off in an underground. I'm getting off in an underground sound. I'm getting off in an underground.
So he didn't produce this. He didn't put pen to pad. He didn't do nothing. He went to a website, typed some things in, and this is what the AI did. I also seen a video of somebody doing the same shit where
Sounds kind of fired.
they typed in pop. You can literally sit there and type in something, and like the AI takes all these different types of sounds and like genres of music. And they're putting together songs, complete songs, vocals, verses, everything.
Wait, but David Guetta made the song. He just got the AI voice.
Exactly. So he produced a song and he goes, you know what would be sick if I had some Eminem vocals over this. So he did, and he said he did it as a joke. So he went online, went to one of the AI websites, and he says, create a song with lyrics, but in the style of Eminem, with the topic future rave sound or something like that. So he got the lyrics or whatever, and then he took it and put it in another AI software and says, take these lyrics and put it in the voice of Eminem. And so he took that soundbite and put it over the song. So first time ever previewing this record. Obviously, that was a clip of him on stage, and he posted this clip back in February. So I just want to get your original thoughts after hearing that and what you guys think about that.
My first concern is the legality of it. So like,
big.
if I'm Eminem and I hear that, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? That's my voice.
You can't, as of today, you cannot copyright your voice. You can't. You can copyright lyrics. You can copyright harmony.
So
you can copyright a beat.
When you
copyright
say
true.
as of today, so if Eminem had it copyrighted before, does that mean that's voided, or it's
no?
it's,
There's
you just
not a
can't- you
law.
just-
There's not a law that protects you from somebody using your
I got it.
sounding like you.
To be honest, I don't know if that's necessarily true because I think in an interview he said something along the lines of like he hasn't released it yet because like he hasn't put it on Spotify or anything because because it's copyright based on name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
Well, he went out and said
Yeah.
Eminem. He said this is an Eminem song.
Right.
Yes,
So if he went out and put out,
yes.
if this is Brian,
yeah.
you can put it out.
Right.
That's crazy because that's the reason why I wanted to play it because I knew the legality of it would come up and I wanted everybody to hear be like, that is unmistakably Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem
Like,
has such a distinct voice.
right. So it's like, where is the future of this really heading?
This is fucking dangerous because like think about like, you know, just the deep fakes with the faces, right?
Yeah.
That was just scary within itself because you can
do
you
anything.
could deep fake anything, like you know what I'm saying, like.
And it's good too.
And it's good, bro. And to see the dude, that producer that went in and tried to, it sounded like Kendrick Lamar, which is literally a fucking plugin with you can put into inside a DAW and you can speak into the mic and it comes out as fucking the artist that they picked. They picked Kendrick Lamar. Yo, like just think about just the negative shit that people can do with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it starts playing around with collaboration and then purity in production. I mean, you're a producer and like if someone's like, yo, make this hit and it works, you know, how much does that take away from artistry and anything like that? And
I know David only used the voice, but there's literally websites where they're creating the beat as well.
Yeah. I've heard about that.
There was so another one was I don't know if you guys follow Alt Ego. I saw it trending on Instagram and I tapped in. They basically on this song creator website typed in make a song in the likes of Charlie XI
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
Ava Max
Yep.
and sample Crazy Frog.
It sounded fire, bro.
was a
It
hit- it was
sounded like a hit.
Hit record. For
Hit
sure.
record,
Super
bro.
pop.
Now, how like I can go home and go do that shit right now, but like, yeah, I made this beat.
Yeah,
Who
that's
you
what I'm
tell me
saying.
that?
It's going to take away from the artistry.
You
Of
know
it.
what I'm saying? Like,
So, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, like it's fucking sick and cool. But again, like, where's the artistry of this heading?
Nah, I'm not really fucking with this AI shit, bro. Like, cause like the virtual DJing shit. Like, I really
no,
don't fuck with shit.
isn't it? Wasn't that article talking about it's going into DJing now? Where
Yeah. Well, Spotify just did the I got the notification yesterday.
Yeah.
Like check out like the Spotify DJ
AI
blah, blah.
DJ, yeah.
And I was like, ah!
hold on, what?
Yeah.
Bro,
So-
you didn't hear about this?
No, what is this?
So there's a new feature on Spotify where it's like you have your own personal AI DJ. And to be honest with you, it's more like a radio host giving you like hand-picked songs. And it gives you a little like preamble as to like, oh, this was made by this artist. This is going to fit, like this fits your taste. So listen to this. And it like drops. It's more of a radio host than an actual DJ. There's no DJing.
Here's the actual article in what it says. So Spotify, headline is Spotify. This is from Spotify's website. Spotify debuts a new AI DJ right in your pocket, February 22nd, 2023. Personalization is at the heart of what we do at Spotify. Just think of a fan favorite playlist like Discover Weekly or our annual rap campaign. The beauty of these experiences is our ability to deliver the right piece of music for that exact moment in time. Wow, sounds like a fucking DJ. And maybe even connect you with your favorite artist in the process. We're building on that innovation by harnessing the power of AI in an entirely new way. And today we're excited to share that. We're taking our personalization to a whole new level with DJ. And I understand the whole like in your pocket part while you're in the car, whatever. But I mean, I just put out a DJ mix yesterday.
Fucking fire, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
Saw it live.
Yes, you were there live.
Yeah, crazy.
And when like how much is going to be taken away from us? You know what I mean? We're in this world where DJing is so content driven and strategy driven, marketing and stuff like that. When these pieces start getting taken away, it's like fuck. Like we're already struggling is not the word, but like trying to make our means and pave our way into our own careers. That when this shit comes out, when it's like, oh, like literally them describing what a DJ does.
Imagine promoters like getting the AI shit and be like, hey, I want to start a hip hop reggae Big Night.
Listen,
but something Big Night did the NFT DJs.
So I do want to give a shout out. Yeah, I'll let you finish.
Well, they I forgot what it's fucking called. But they got the 2 NFT monkeys, and it's all like digital. It's like on in like an LED. And they get like, I don't know if they get like a guy like mixing in the back for real, or they have like just a pre-recorded mix, because obviously they're not DJing. Yeah. And it's like, and they like headline. Like, are they like
not a person? It's like
a digital. It's like these 2 digital NFT monkeys, and like obviously it fucking flopped because it's stupid. And then like, but there was a point where they were like pushing. I remember seeing them on like billboards and shit, and I'm being like, what the fuck is this? And they were just trying to ride the NFT wave and make it like a thing. I mean, it could have been innovative, right? Like if it worked, but
so I do want to give a shout out to producer Timmy. He passed along a link to an event called Gaming Happy Hour with AI DJ by Elmer Rave. Let me just read the description of the event, and then I'll get your thoughts after. So it says, "Come grab a drink and dance to the music by DJ Mirai Komachi, an artificial intelligent DJ system by Elmer Rave." From Bandai Namco Research Inc. By interacting with the audience's reaction, this 3D character DJ selects the most suited music to set the mood for game lovers. Her movement also links to the music, giving the audience a realistic and immersive experience.
We're fucked.
I mean,
not all of us.
Well, when we think about certain jobs, like let's look at history, right? We think of factories, right? There was a point where you hand me the body, I put on the arms, Cammy puts on the legs, and we put it like it's the assembly line.
Yeah, the automotive vehicle is a perfect analogy for this.
And then as time goes on,
perfect.
They get machines to do it, and now it's pretty much worked that way. And so people lose their jobs, or they got to find new shit. I guess this is the first step in maybe however many years where that might happen to the DJ.
I think here's my take. I think a lot of it happened after COVID. Like this type of innovation happened after COVID. And a lot of it has to do with maybe people still aren't comfortable with going out. Okay, so now they develop certain technology. It's like, okay, like I think that this was just like the building blocks to start to develop the technology of where it's like, let's make it so you don't have to go out and you can still have that immersive experience. I don't know, just a thought. I could be wrong, but
I think that's cool. I mean, I think of like Star Wars stuff where like, there's like the scenes where they walk in a bar and it's like this like robot DJing or whatever. And like, and then when you're like, oh, this is the future, and that's cool. And then like when it starts like kind of happening, you're like, damn, it's kind of fucked up. And I think there's something that's always lost when you take away a human element. We can think about art, painting. We can think about like someone draw like these human elements that people like. It might turn into the DJ where like you have like those few people in the world now that are like, no, like I remember when humans did this and like how much more real it was, or whatever the case. And maybe the masses accept the AI shit because maybe it's more specific to them. They don't have to deal with requests at that point, for example. You know what I mean? Because they don't have the human element of me being like flipping them, taking out my dick and being like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I wish I was a robot.
If I can save humanity,
I think if anyone, it would be you, Fingers.
If I can say one thing to ripple this whole thing in half, or to get to anyone, it is human contact and human interaction. It's gonna be taken for granted. And we need that shit. Once people eliminate that shit, bro, and they get used to it, and like in these new generations, they're getting born into it.
Yeah, right.
They're getting born. That's dangerous.
I think my life became ruined after I started using a flashlight. Just losing the human element just ruined my life.
You say a flashlight or a fleshlight?
A flashlight. You heard me.
Did I stutter?
The Jetsons, right? They're.
I'm kidding. I don't use a flashlight.
I
use your sister, so don't worry about it.
Our Jetsons moment is the fucking internet, right? We thought it would be flying cars. Would be
right.
Us
By now.
Our Jetsons moment was the fucking internet. That was our in the future type shit. We can fucking communicate with somebody across the fucking world, right?
I feel like our generation was the generation that saw probably the most greatest like technological advances.
Yeah, like the spike
from the absolute spike from like early 90s, mid 2000s. Like,
yeah. Oh my god, nuts.
do you guys remember dial-up internet for Christ's sakes?
Yeah, dude, I remember, bro, before we went to go hit those porn sites, make sure nobody was on the fucking phone.
Dude, Dude, fuck porn sites. There was physical porn DVDs and VHSs.
Yes.
Like what you copped that day was like what you had.
Yeah.
You can't
You
search.
remember the trading cards? Do you remember the trading cards, the porn trading cards? Bro. You do. You had a stat. You had a booklet. Tell the truth. You had a booklet. You had a porn booklet.
Yeah. I remember there was kids like when I was like 8 years old that were like mad into Pokemon and they had like the page and they had to pay like
Y'all were
fucking, like
trading
fucking
titties
Phil,
and dick.
like fucking Phil over here.
Y'all were trading titties and
Bro,
dick.
I was trading fucking titties. I was like, you don't got this trading card, do you? Nope.
Bro.
They only dropped this in Brazil.
Listen.
You don't know about this.
Titty Mon.
Please just don't get lazy and like don't become a fucking robot yourself. Human contact and human listen, guys. Listen. Human contact and human interaction is very fucking important. Once we stop caring about that shit, everything else is down to the chips. Now it's gonna be the chips, bro. Come on, man. Please, people, like, just keep the creativity. Keep going out there and doing shit yourself. Like, don't fall into this shit. Use it strategically. If you want to be like, damn, I'm not really good at fucking making melodies. Hey, make this melody for me in this key. Like, try to do shit, but still try to incorporate you into that. We don't have to think. Once you lose your fucking mind, you know how controllable you can become?
You ever seen the movie Her?
Fuck, we're fucked.
You ever seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix and
No, but I saw
and Scarlett Johansson plays
I saw the previews. I was a little frightened.
Yeah. It's a cool movie, but it's obviously in the future. And Scarlett Johansson only voices it's like a Siri, or like an Alexa basically.
Yeah.
And he
falls in love with her.
Yeah. And
Yes,
it's like
yes,
this whole,
yes,
and because
yes,
she responds, and then she adjusts to his emotions and everything, and blah blah blah. It's kind of like that when you start losing your mind, and you find
It's hitting home.
it's just starting to look fucking real.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude starting to fucking buy, pocket pussies and, the robots that fucking, now they have the CGI shit when you put the glasses on, you mount the shit on your penis, and you fucking, and you feel it, you're looking at it. Listen.
This is a family show, bro.
There's nothing better than warm vagina. Remember that shit, all right?
I it's just not really speaking for myself, but more like I think we just need to be more considerate about like people's preferences.
Vagina. And whatever you like anal too. It's good for you. If that's good for you, it's good for you.
I remember when this was a DJ show.
You know what? Listen, but we're DJs. Our minds work a certain way. I feel like as a DJ, like we have a different perspective on life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like everybody else. I feel like
We're not that special.
No,
bro.
come on, we are, man. You're a fucking special guy. Our conversations might get out of hand sometimes, but you're a special fucking guy in the way you fucking think. And I think having your experience as a fucking DJ, being in the clubs, being out in the open, being in the fucking jungle, you know that brings out a certain like special quality in how you think and how you talk.
Running from
that
ostriches?
running from that Nas shit was crazy, but I still love you. You know what I'm saying? You too came in the way you come out and you do your thing. Don't underestimate yourself, man. Don't AI yourself, man. Don't AI yourself.
I like that.
That's
Don't
that
AI
yo
yourself.
fingers. That's that. Don't AI yourself, bitch.
Cammy, thank you so much for reporting. Crazy to see and excited.
Wild.
I don't know if excited is the right word, but interesting to see.
I will say,
what's
I
gonna
do want to
happen.
say one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think the one good thing maybe that could come from this is like for producers specifically, where it's like I did kind of like the concept that David Guetta applied there with like the Eminem over it. So it's like, okay, so you have producers that produce a beat. No, listen,
I'm letting you finish.
I appreciate you. I could be wrong. I'm not a producer, but
I'm letting you finish.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I think that, producers that like put their beats online and stuff be like, all right, like, yeah, this is a beat, a J. Cole type beat, or this is a so-and-so type beat. And then like, not even a full song, but like, hey, like maybe put a J. Cole AI hook over.
I see what you're saying.
So it's like, now it's like more relatable. So maybe that could create opportunities for those types of guys. That being
Then
said,
comes the
I see it, I
DJs.
see it.
Hey, yo, this is Kendrick Lamar. You're not chilling with DJ Snacks on the type shit.
That's kinda fire.
Then you're gonna have. I got to drop from Beyonce. I got to drop from Rihanna. I got to drop from this. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
Hey, this is Monica Lewinsky, and you're listening to DJ Snacks.
Hey, this is Abraham Lincoln, and you're now vibing with Cammy V. Imagine that. Get your jazz cabbage ready. We are going in.
we're going to blow your mind.
We're gonna blow your mind. Hey, yo, we're fucked.
Yeah, we are fucked.
And this is a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever been a victim of a crippling hangover, but don't have the means to take the edge off? Or been over a friend's house catching a vibe and ran out of your supply to keep the wave going? Hi, I'm Cammy V from But I Know the DJ. Dude, you guys are killing me. Zip Run is the fastest cannabis delivery service in Boston. Zip Run was founded by 2 Boston entrepreneurs, so it's important to support our own, right? They got the best weed products in the state at the best prices possible. You can shop now on zyprun.com and save $20 off your order with promo code DOPE20. Don't be the guy at the party who runs out of that jazz cabbage. Get online and order from Zip Run today.
Listen, we need to get high.
Shut up.
We're on the
gonna put-
podcast. I understand that, but we need to get.
Yo, Phil, can you toss me a water,
It
bro?
takes two. What we're gonna sit there and wait for this shit to finish? Go. Obviously, you
Just need a moment of silence. We need a moment
I
of silence.
thought you were going to go into your own...
No, I was going into the ad. I was going into talk after the ad about the ad.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
You know we gotta stop talking because the ad
Well,
feels right here.
I am taking the time to ask for water. Fucking bitch.
Thirsty?
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm doing all this talking.
Take
and
a
shit.
fucking sip of Henny. Stop being a little bitch.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you, Phil. All right. Do you want to start coming back with...
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
We really need to get high on the fucking pod one day.
I'm going to be honest. I thought about doing it today. And then I was like, man, I got a lot to talk about from the last episode. I was like, I can't be all fucked up for this.
The last time we took the edibles on the podcast, probably one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
But we also went for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we were screaming. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, if you guys don't make jazz cabbage a thing,
Jazz cabbage.
jazz cabbage, man.
Listen, that skunk. All right, next segment. This is something that's kind of been brought up a few times on the show, but we never actually really talked about it.
On a great beat.
You like this?
Let that ride. Oh. Shout out to Kanye.
Also, shout out our sample game. Did really well. Really
Yeah,
well
man.
on-
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, people love that. So shout out everyone who participated on the sample game last time. But I did want to talk about something. Classic albums, or just a classic in general. You know, I think defining what a classic is, who has classics, how many classics do they have, maybe who has the most classics. But I know Fingers has had a few hot takes when it comes to this subject. And I think I would like to just open this topic with, how do you define a classic album? Fingers.
I feel like flow between like track one to the last track is being able not to skip. That's a big thing.
So 0 skips, is that
placement
what it is?
placement of tracks,
Cohesiveness.
cohesiveness.
Mm-hmm.
If you're telling a story sonically, if it's all in the same bag, it's not just a bunch of tracks. It's not a compilation album. You know what I'm saying? Those things play a huge role. And I feel like, what do I need? What am I learning by listening to this album that I don't know about you? I feel like great albums like Michael Jackson's Trilogy, which was for me, which was Off the Wall, then to drop Thriller, then to drop Bad, 3 different fucking eras of Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of time in between them,
Mm-hmm.
but then we get the Kanye West, the College Dropout,
Yes.
Late Registration, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff like that. And then to hit him with something like My Dark Twisted Fantasy, the sonics on that, just the focus energy in how he made that album, that is a classic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So can you, sorry to interrupt you, can you put your definition of a classic in a sentence? What the fuck was that? Did you
I was like, was that me?
did
Was
you
that
just
him?
croak?
that was that's what the owl did when he. Sorry. Something that's timeless.
Timeless was going to be one of the words I
It
used.
transcends time. There's not a dated stamp on it. I can play it 10 years from now and I still feel it.
Yes.
Or I'm hearing new things as I go. And that's what my Dark Twisted Fantasy is for me. Even till this day, when I hear it, I'm hearing new things. Like, even if it's like, I feel like in music sometimes there's those things called like phantom instruments where it's not really there, but you hear it. It's
I like that. Yep.
It's like the conjoinment of different sounds that create something within that underlining that comes out after. Like, you know, you can just be in somewhere and like the different atmosphere you're in can make you hear certain things differently.
Absolutely. Where like you listen to a song like multiple times, you're like, oh, I didn't pick up on this.
I didn't pick up on that.
Dude,
but then you're going back, you're
like
listening, and that's the kind of thing too. Is like in producing, like I can kind of subconsciously hear what needs to go there, but you hear it. It's like it's there, but it's not there. It's some weird shit that I feel like it happens. So like that was Dark Twisted Fantasy for me because I just kept hearing it was just so this is cosmic of sound.
So I'm just gonna button you here because I do want Cammy to.
I'm sorry.
I have the same
No,
opportunity to
that's
be able to-
great point. I think
that was amazing.
one other thing too, universally inspirational. And what I mean by that is where a lot of rappers or artists that come after that album and can pinpoint, I'm saying multiple, not just one, but like multiple artists I can pinpoint, be like, this was one of the most inspirational albums for me.
So influence.
Exactly. Universally like influencing albums. I think that's
the whole genre.
shifting the genre, bending the culture a little bit. I think that's a big part of it for me. And then also to touch on that, like the cohesiveness, obviously big part, which Fingers hit on, and not like very limited skips. Because if like in a project, in a classic, if you miss a song, you miss a part of like the story that the artist is trying to paint. Ooh. So
you guys are on it today. I'm going to be honest.
I appreciate that.
This is great.
Yeah. So yeah. You're missing a part of. If you skip a song, you're missing part of the story.
And that's why I say Drake doesn't have a classic album.
Wait. I think a classic. I think part of it, agreeing with you, what you guys are saying, is at the time in which it was released, it was peak of its artistry.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? So when we can use of the year, I think is the easiest within the 5 years, within the decade, whatever era you want to choose, but it's within the peak of whatever art form it is of that time, then to be able to transcend that time at the same time. Mm-hmm. I've had discussions in the past about classic albums. I think classic albums you can start like changing a lot of things, but classic album, I think I would allow up to like 2 skips. I think everyone at the end of the day just has their preference. Mm-hmm. I think Graduation has 2 skips. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that. The hot take you've had in the past that I mentioned to intro this, Fingers, is the Drake has no classic albums take, and that's why I just want to make sure we preface that properly. Now, please explain yourself. State your case.
Again?
Yeah.
I feel like Drake started to go towards that. So, what's the Drake's classic album for you?
What are Drake's classics?
One classic Drake album that you think is the top tier Drake the Drake album.
Take Care.
I have multiple.
Nothing was the same.
Nothing
was the same. Nothing was the
same.
Yes.
Okay. And then he went and started doing joint albums.
I think he did. If you're reading this,
he did. If you're reading this, it's too late. The same year as not the same year. What am I talking about?
Year after. Nothing was the same.
Sorry, I don't know. I literally was just gonna say a lie. Ignore me. But did nothing. If you're reading this, it's too late. And then went into the
What a Time to Be Alive.
Don't get me wrong. Drake is one of my top favorite artists. He's been on my favorites every year on Spotify.
Yeah,
like his albums are amazing. But when I look for classic albums, I don't think there's an album that shifted. There isn't a Drake album that shifted the culture. There isn't one.
I think Take Care did.
I do too.
I think Take Care in its just sonic delivery, the whole. I mean, and people started being, oh, The Weeknd wrote it, whatever the case is. Sonically, what it did to hip hop alone, the whole singing thing, you know, in a way that wasn't like Ja Rule, because I know Ja Rule has his whole thing about the sing rapper thing, but the vulnerability of it, just the production of it from 40, the way the samples were used, the filtering on it, you know, a lot of what I think he revisited from So Far Gone, that really made that really groundbreaking, but just better. And just his features were amazing. He was, you know, he was more comfortable with where he is in hip hop. I think it completely changed, because I think from there you don't get dudes like Roy Woods, or you know, you see the rise of Party Next Door, and even The Weeknd. You know, on the hip hop side, The Weeknd was doing more.
But you
like
can say that's an
R&B.
808 in Heartbreaks Baby type thing. You can say that.
I don't think just because it was influenced by something else doesn't make it.
No, but you could make that argument that those guys did come from that era.
No,
of
they
music.
100%
Yeah,
came from
I'm saying
808s.
so.
And he
808s
said
Heartbreak is
it,
one of the
he
most
said it.
one of the most influential
my
albums
thing
of
is,
the last
my thing is like
20 years.
I want it to be like maybe because like, you know, like I know, like I feel like Drake skipped. I feel like he went and like was just like, I could take it there, but I'm gonna stay here,
Dude. Well,
that's what I just feel. Maybe because I know.
Are you talking from like a project standpoint?
I just feel like Drake can take us somewhere else that he's not taking us on purpose.
but so I know a lot of people talk about like, or you specifically been like, oh, like he hasn't come out with like a rap album. When I look at the track listing for Nothing Was the Same,
I won't even talk rapping. I won't even talk rapping.
But I want to say something specifically, because you asked me what I think, which of his album I think is a classic. I'm looking at this track listing. There's not a single miss on this, and it's very high quality.
It's a great album.
The cohesiveness. I love the beat switches in there. That was a
great album.
big moment in hip hop.
I think that was a ladder step up to what his classic album could have been. I feel like that wasn't it. I feel like
what makes this not a classic?
and this is just in hindsight. I'm not saying like
what makes Nothing Was the Same not a classic?
like I said, I don't think it shifted the culture much. If we put that against classic albums, that's what I'm doing.
In that album, you have
I'm putting it up against classic albums and what classic albums did to the genre.
In that album, arguably it was like the best from that year. Didn't win a Grammy, but that being said,
I think it was peak hip hop at that time.
I think lyricism was at the peak for him on that. I also think he still stayed true to his singing roots on there, which fucking hit home.
I think maybe I'm saying this because I'm speaking
in the beat switches. Sorry, that's the last point. The beat switches was a huge moment in hip hop, and I think popularized it.
The beat switching, Kanye was doing that already. You can't say that. Kanye was switching beats all day. Timbaland was switching beats. That was happening already.
He had one on almost every song on that project. So it was
but that's not innovative. That's happening in hip hop.
That's part of a project though. Like even though he had like 17 song track list.
I understand that.
Realistically, there was like 24 songs.
I understand that, but you said you made it seem like it was the first of its kind. It's not.
No. I said popularized it. He popularized it. Because after that moment, look at how many other people started doing beat switches in their song.
I mean, I guess. I mean, we'd have to go back and really look at that for us to say that. But maybe this is where I'm at, because I don't want people to take this the wrong way. I love that fucking album back to back. Great fucking album. I put it up again. I put it up high. Maybe I'm just speaking from a fan where like I kind of have like future ears, like where like I'm like damn, his next album. Oh, if he keeps going at this rate, the next shit is about to be fucking bananas. I feel like we never got that. I feel like we never got that next shit.
I just don't agree. I mean,
for Drake to have the brain that he has, I feel like he stayed in this trap lane. He stayed in this trap mode, and he just been like, just rhythmically, I feel like his mind is way deeper than what we've been getting from Drake.
I don't necessarily.
Bro, what
as a hip hop artist,
fuck are you talking about? The same dude that is Mr. Culture Vulture, the same dude that has touched every genre in the world. Like, what are you talking about?
You're not hearing what I'm telling you. As you listen to that album as a hip hop artist, as a rapper.
Okay,
I feel like Drake, after that, stayed comfortable. He stayed in his zone. He didn't take it a step further. I feel like I was expecting something. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm hearing.
So what he's
Like,
doing after
you know
the
what
album? What does that have to do with
you know
the
what
album?
you know what a breath of fresh air was for me? What's it called?
Honestly, never mind.
Waste Your Time. That song, Waste Your Time, with fucking
Brent Fayez?
But it's not
like,
even a song.
Wasting time?
Wasting Time.
Okay.
Right? Hearing him on that type of rhythm again.
Okay.
Hearing him on that type of hip hop. Like, it's not this. I got sick of hearing him on the 808s. It just became repetitive for me.
But what does him doing after Nothing Was the Same have to do with Nothing Was the Same?
Because I feel like that's not his peak. I feel like that's his peak because he wanted it because he didn't go further.
We're not
with
talking about his peak though. We're talking about
but that's his classic album. To you, that's his classic album.
That's one of his classic albums.
And so that's number one though to you.
Yes,
I think that and Take Care. Yeah,
I think that Take Care and arguably, if you're reading this, is too late.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like I said, it's just the argument is it's weird because like I said, it's a great album. I feel like for me, Drake could have went somewhere else with the way that his music kind of went.
Now I don't want to just focus on Drake. Obviously just because this was a take you've had in the past and I wanted to bring it back up, that's kind of inspired this segment. But I did want to talk about just, what are examples of classic albums then? If we see what is and what's not within Drake, what are examples of some classic albums?
And
Nas-O-Matic.
I don't want Nas-O-Matic because it was the first of its kind as far as people like changing the way of rapping, changing the way of telling stories. He was definitely different at that time, and he was 19 years old. He was a young dude. Mm-hmm. And I keep saying Kanye, but Ye is a perfect example of that. College Dropout with that whole series with the sampling of the soul samples and stuff like that. That was huge. And then for him to come in with, even within that same thing.
I just want to interrupt because before I get roasted,
Give me SNAX, baby.
I am on Do Not Disturb. The one thing that breaks my Do Not Disturb is my family group chat, and my sister just texted it.
Okay.
So
that's fine. I'm not gonna go at you like you went at me.
that was very nice of you, Fingers.
808s and Heartbreaks fucking shifted the whole culture.
Mm-hmm.
My Dark Twisted Fantasy, just as an album, as is
One of the best ever.
Like, I can't hold Drake's album up to those. So that's where my meter is, and I know Drake can get. I know he can get there. You know what I'm saying?
So how do I word this? Like, so you're saying based on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, for example, right? Which I think is the best hip hop album of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're saying I can't compare Drake to that, but with classic albums, should we be doing that?
I don't think so.
You see what I'm saying? Because then, especially once you go to other genres, right?
Yeah.
How can you do that? So I personally, when you saying that, I'm like, I don't think that's right.
It's a question where it's like, it's just like I said, it's a preference thing. And that's why I'm not trying to take away from Drake because Drake is one of the greatest artists of our generation. Mm-hmm. What he's doing, a lot of people couldn't do. So it's not that. I guess I just expect more from Drake.
I think that's what it boils down to. I think you expect more from Drake. You love him so much, and the fact that it's like your expectations are so high that you're like, I know that he can reach that point. And his career's not done yet.
It's not.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if in your mind, like, he's still missing like a piece.
Drake is 30, 35, 36.
He's 36, 37.
Yeah. So like for his whole discog, like for you, maybe he's missing one piece to it. But again, like, he did have Honestly Nevermind, which obviously you loved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Trap heavy.
Listen,
honestly Nevermind.
Drake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Drake
thinking
is
of her last. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Drake is just discography is amazing. He's a no skip kind of guy to me. Even the ones that were like kind of lackluster, still Drake. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to stick on Drake.
Yeah,
too
let's
much.
switch it
I
up.
know. I'm just saying he's just the biggest artist of our generation.
I get it.
Cammy, I would love one or two classic albums in your opinion.
So,
Bon Jovi.
Damn,
she
that's
says she
racist,
gotta
bro.
hold on.
That's racist, bro.
So this is a classic album for me, and I don't know if it's like a universally accepted classic album.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go with Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon,
Interesting.
1 and possibly 2, because I like 2 better. because again, like we're talking about the cohesiveness, but also like you could say 1, 2, just because like he had Common narrating the whole thing, and it literally like there was different stages within it, and I think he also like tapped in on that Kanye level of vulnerability, which, you know, Kanye obviously did 808s, but like he I think Kid Cudi took it to a whole nother level where like, this is me, this is what you get, and it did a lot for a lot of artists. So I'm going to put those in there, and I want to see what you guys think.
I'm looking at, so to me, Man on the Moon 1 is the better one.
When that come out?
Man on the Moon 1 has the bigger...
2009. You said one at the
Sorry.
same time.
Man on the Moon 1 has the bigger records on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow. Because so 2009, I was a freshman in high school. And I'm like, wow, man. Like, my issue with this is, to me, there's multiple skips on this. But the ones that are like aren't are like huge. Like I'm looking at like Soundtrack to My Life, Solo Dolo, Day and Night,
Simple As, dude, the whole
Cuddy's Own, Make Her Say, Pursuit of Happiness, like Man on the Moon. Yeah. Like it's pretty insane. But I think given my personal skip count cap, I can't do it.
That's fair. I mean, for me,
but I think there's
personally,
a ton of classic songs
for
on
me,
this.
Influential.
with also my definition,
Yeah.
where it's like if you miss one of the songs in a cohesive project, if you miss one of those songs, you miss a transitioning point. You miss like a part of his story. So
I like it.
I would encourage everybody to go back and listen to that, because I feel like
Very good album.
It should have been a lot bigger than what it was. And I'm gonna give Kid Cudi some flowers. So
Kid Cudi is amazing.
We cannot mention classic albums without mentioning 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying.
What I was gonna do was start
one.
rattling off albums, and I wanted y'all to tell me if and Get Rich or Die Trying was one of them.
I like that. Let's go.
So Get Rich or Die Trying, I guess, is a yes.
Yes.
As a classic.
Yeah.
Another one where to me, it's first of all, it's such a long track list.
No skips.
I don't think it's no skips. That's just my opinion. I love the album. It's amazing. At its time was incredible. But when we look at it, 18 song track list, I don't think that it's. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually on the soundtrack to the movie. Excuse me.
Yeah.
19 song track list on Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't think that there's no skips personally. So that just, again, based on my own personal cap on skips, it doesn't reach classic status for me. Amazing album though, and so many songs I love on it. The Chronic, Dr. Dre, 1992, classic or no?
Classic.
Yeah.
Iconic. For its
Yeah,
time.
I'd give that a
For its time,
classic stamp.
iconic. Classic.
Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z, 1996.
Classic.
Classic.
Fucking Get Rich or Die Trying was on this bitch. Yeezus, Kanye West, 2013.
I think it's a fucking classic.
There's one skip. There's one skip in there.
We'll name
What's your one skip?
I gotta look up the name of it because I I skip it every time it comes on. Hold on.
That's a no skip for me.
There's no skips for me.
Not one song.
Send It Up.
Dude, Send It Up is fire. Send It Up is fire.
Yo, listen. You know
Send
what?
It Up is fire.
I'm gonna do my best to play that shit in the fucking club.
Is it I'm in it? Hold on, I gotta look.
No, I'm in it's fire.
It's even worse.
I am in it's fire
Come on, I'm
too.
going these track, but then all that don't need. Come
That's
on,
right.
man.
I'm in it. Anyway, moving on to Purple Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar.
Classic.
I think it's a classic because again, it ties into that point where it's like if you skip one of those songs, you're also missing a very big piece of the puzzle.
That's a classic.
Dude, especially, you know what I really, because I went back and listened to that recently because, I was talking, a lot of Kendrick Lamar fans say that one's their favorite album. It doesn't necessarily have those major hit records out of his discog. But so I went back and listened, and I really love the way that he used like the poetry in it to transition each song. Like by the end of the song, you got pretty much like the whole like phrase and poem. I thought that was very cool.
J. Cole's 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Yes.
Yes, classic.
Travis Scott's Astroworld.
Nah.
That's a really hard one for me. I'm glad you asked that. That's a really hard one for me. I think if you said Birds in the Trap,
classic.
Astroworld, I'm gonna say fuck. That's
It's
so
too
hard,
soon.
bro.
Too soon.
Because I do.
I don't think it's too soon at all.
2018,
It's 5 years.
5 years. Damn, dude, that's tough. Because I
still
don't really
playing
skip
Sicko
too many.
Mode.
I don't really skip any records on that.
Sicko Mode,
Not-
right?
That's the Sicko Mode album. So I can get the track list up right now.
Stop Trying to Be God. Dude, damn, that's a fucking...
Stargazing, dude.
The intro, crazy.
That was a great fucking
So
album.
the one with Frank Ocean, Carousel, is fire.
So the ones that I skip are Astro Thunder.
No.
Yeah, I skip Astro Thunder. Dude. And depending on my mood, and I think that this song, and there's a reason why it's last, is because I don't think it matches the rest of the album, which is a cohesive part is Coffee Bean. But I understand why it's last because it's like the reflective song and him just like rapping. So I get why it's last, and I get why he would want to keep it on there.
That's fair. Did you know Astro Thunder was his favorite song off that album?
I think I heard that, yeah. But just as far as
I love that song sonically too. It's fucking sick.
but based on my rule, like it fits the rule. I think it's aged very well. I think it's never been like when it comes up, I don't really skip it.
I gotta sit with that one again. I remember it, but I have to sit.
I might say I'm gonna say classic on that one.
Last one is Migos Culture 1, 2017.
Classic.
Are we borrowing you, Fingers?
Damn, wait. I don't really remember that off the top of my head.
T-shirt.
So this is T-shirt. This is Bad and Bougie. This is Get Right With You. This is Slippery. This is Brown Paper Bag. This is All Ass. This is Kelly Price.
That's
college
banger,
for me right there.
Banger. Every single fucking.
Those are
track.
some of their best songs right there.
Yeah, that is some of their best songs.
Banger.
I really appreciate this conversation, guys. I did want to move into the last fucking topic of the day, and it's a new game. We've never played before. Thought about it. Actually saw it from another podcast, and thought it was an awesome idea, and wanted to give it a try. It's going to be really, really quick. And basically what it is I'm gonna say two artists, and you're gonna have to guess who has the most monthly Spotify listeners.
Ooh.
Do we understand the rules?
Today, yeah. So like at the top of their Spotify.
As of today, I checked this hours ago.
Okay.
Which of these two artists have the most monthly Spotify listeners? Ready?
Do we have to agree on it?
No.
Okay.
You're gonna guess. I'm gonna give the answer, and then the actual the rounded up number of how many listeners they have.
All right.
Who has the most Spotify monthly listeners between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion?
I'm gonna go Tory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Tory.
I'm gonna go Meg Thee Stallion.
The answer is Megan Thee Stallion with 24 million to Tory Lanez is 20 million. Very close.
Just thinking of the mainstream records. That's all.
Next one is Bad Bunny and Harry Styles.
Fuck. Fingers.
I'm gonna go Bad Bunny.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bad Bunny too.
The answer is Harry Styles,
Wow.
66 million to Bad Bunny's 64 million.
Damn.
Next we have EDM World. Fred again.
See, it wasn't like that last time I checked. That's why. It's shit. Damn.
You compared the two before?
No, I always look. There was a stat that said that he had the most at one point. That Bad Bunny had the most at one point.
He passed Drake.
Recently.
Yeah, not that long ago. I saw that too.
EDM World. Fred again versus James Hype. Who has the most Spotify monthly listeners?
I'm gonna go James Hype on this one.
Yeah.
Very fucking close. It's Fred again, 13 million to James Hype, 12.9 million.
Oh shit.
So it's got to be based on the tour that he's doing with Skrillex and everything.
Probably.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Next we have Taylor Swift and Beyonce.
That's Taylor all day.
Yeah, I got to be Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, 80 million to Beyonce's 52 million.
Yeah. Huge.
I thought you guys would think about it more just because of Beyonce's success on her album run, but
Yeah,
it's not.
No.
Next we have Ice Spice to Nicki Minaj.
Nicki.
Big month.
Nicki.
Big month.
Nicki.
I'm gonna go Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj wins with 46 million to Ice Spice's 36
Thought I was
million.
feeling
Nice
you.
job.
Next we have Flo Rida versus Akon. Little throwback pop.
Flow Rider.
Yeah, I'm
Hip-hop
gonna go.
vibes.
I'm gonna go Flow Rida as well.
We have Flo Rida at 25 million to Akon's 21 million.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least, we have Jay-Z versus Nas.
I'm gonna go Jay-Z by a million.
Is it Jay-Z?
Yeah.
We have Jay-Z winning 36 million to Nas's 10 million. Thank you so much for playing.
Keep flaming this dude.
Nice job, nice job.
Spotify monthly listeners
Keep
game.
flaming this dude. The disrespect is crazy.
It's not disrespect. Yo, they're just sad.
Come on,
Don't get
put
mad
some
at the
respect on
stats.
the
You can't
name,
get mad at
bro.
the numbers, the analytics.
Numbers on the board, baby.
How much did he have? 10 mil?
10 mil, you know.
It's still 10 mil.
9 million of these are apparently Fingers' listens.
Yeah, all the fucking time. Shit. The fuck?
I mean, the numbers don't lie. I'm just saying what the numbers say.
That's Jay-Z. You gotta
Don't get mad at
remember,
me.
you got a joint album with Kanye. Don't forget. Classic albums. Fucking
Watch the Throne.
Watch the
Hell
fucking
yeah.
Throne.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to us. But I know the DJ. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, share, comment. We love your comments. You know, you
Yes,
love
we
giving
do.
them.
Yes, we
So
do.
please comment. Keep showing love. This is sponsored by Zip Run. Use Dope20. Get $20.
Yes.
$20 hairs.
$20 off of your order. Let them know that the boys sent you. Thank you so much for listening. Keep supporting us. Follow us, But I Know the DJ on Instagram. Check us out, Dope Entertainment on YouTube. And we'll see you next time.
I know
Peace.
I can be what I want to be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. Bitch.